let's start our lesson first of all. Okay, today we will discuss the topic ready-made lesson plan evaluation. Okay, you know that our subjects are integrated with each other. That's why you know that from the lesson planning you have observed the ready-made lesson plans. Yes, today we will evaluate. Also from the subject of material design, you have designed and evaluated the units, the whole units, yes? Yes. In today's lesson, we will learn the peculiarities of a good lesson plan and evaluation form. For what tips, things we should pay attention while evaluating. Not just evaluating, but also you should suggest the points that needs to improve in this lesson plan. Okay, your suggestions for improvement also. Okay. First, I would like to give a question in order to focus your attention to the topic. What are the characteristics of a good lesson plan?
Firstly, the clear aim.
Aim, okay. Time management, yes, timing, okay. What else? Suitable materials. Stages. Okay, stages should be what? First stages. The sequence of stages. The sequence, okay. What else? Aim achievement, okay, and assessment. Yes, assessment of course. Okay, yes. Okay, maybe you have missed some of the points, but we will learn later, okay, during the lesson, what we have missed here. Okay, first, let's watch the video.
Hello and welcome to Teachings and Education, Lesson Planning. What components are required in lesson planning? A teacher's lesson plan should include, at the very least, these 12 different components. The first necessary component is the title. When naming your lesson plans, begin with the course subject, grade level, and your name. The title should be clearly presented somewhere at the top of the lesson plan. It should be easy for administrators to recognize whose lesson plan it is. Next up, the date, which is more. Each lesson should have a learning goal. The goal should be characterized as SMART, which means it's specific, measurable, achievable, results-focused, and time-bound. These learning goals should be posted somewhere in the class for both students and administrators to view. Writing is a transferable skill that students need for most disciplines and need as career professionals. Even if you're teaching math, have your students write out steps to solve the problem. Place open-ended questions in your assessments. And now, we finally made it to the last component, career skills and career-ready practice.
It is just for revision about the components of a good lesson plan, because we are going to evaluate the lesson plans. Before starting evaluation, for what points, tips we should pay attention while evaluating? Okay. First, what is a ready-made lesson plan? It is pre-designed lessons that are ready to be taught by educators. Yes, we use ready-made lesson plans. Which is suitable, we can choose. Yes. Also, they often include objectives, activities, assessment, and materials. Yes. Okay. Next is the importance of ready-made lesson plans. It saves time for teachers. Yes, important. Provides structured learning experience and ensures that educational goals are met. We should be sure that the goal are met. Is ready-made lesson plans that we are going to use. Okay. Next, purpose of lesson plan evaluation. Why observe ready-made lesson plans? Why? To evaluate the effectiveness of teaching strategy. Yes? It doesn't mean that all the ready-made plans is suitable for our learners or for our students. Okay, next, to understand how well the lesson plan is implemented in the classroom. And to identify areas for improvement for both the teacher and the lesson plan. Okay. Also, later we are going to evaluate according to the criteria. Also, you should suggest that the weak points and your you should suggest the points to improve. In a ready-made lesson plan observation, align them with learning objectives. Are the lesson goals clear and measurable for the goals? And structural strategies. Are the teaching methods engaging and suitable for students? Yes, we should evaluate this point also. Okay, student engagement. How do students participate when we use this lesson plan? Are they actively involved? Can we involve the students actively? Okay, and then it's the assessment and evaluation. Here, for the assessment, are assessment aligned with learning objectives? With the objectives of the lesson plan, and how are students evaluated when we use this lesson plan, for example? Then, that we here is a mention about the types of lesson observation. It can be a direct observation, watching the teacher deliver the lesson in real time, that is direct, and peer observation. Fellow teachers observe and provide feedback. Your fellow teachers give feedback. And self-reflection. Teacher assess their own delivery and the student engagement. For example, for the self-reflection, I can watch the video later and then assess myself on my own. Before observation, of course, before observing, you should review the lesson plan. Identify key areas to focus on. Student participation. There's a cultural and the contextual differences. Cultural and contextual differences. Pre-made lesson plans might not always align with local teaching context or cultural expectations. Yes. For example, when we usually download the ready-made lesson plans, we may see some points which is not appropriate to our cultures, or we cannot use in our classroom. Yes, we should adapt as well or change this point. Okay. Plan evaluation focus on the learning environment first. Observe how the classroom atmosphere affects learning. Second, student-centered approach. That means that ensures that the lesson is adapted to the needs of the students. And use of technology. Check how technology is integrated and its impact on student engagement. We have mentioned before, yes. Okay, lesson plan observation helps identify strengths and areas for improvement. This is the thing that we should also take into consideration while evaluation. Okay, next, teachers should be open to feedback and continuously adapt lesson plans based on the observation. Any questions? Do you understand? Is everything clear?
Yes.
Because as I have mentioned before, here we can see the integration of our subjects. Yes, lesson plan, material design. Okay. Now, Okay. Can you see the first group members? Second group, Sultan Vasilevich, Atchil, and the third group and the fourth group. Okay? Group number 1 here, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay? One, two, three, and 4. It's number 1, it's 2, 3, and 4. List of evaluation criteria for the lesson plan. Okay? First, let me distribute. 1, 2, 3, 4, each group. Okay. Yes? Here you can see the description of this criteria. Yeah. And the rating scale in the third column. Okay. In the rating scale, at the foot of the page, you mentioned that 1 is poor, 2nd is fair, 3rd one is good, 4 is very good, 5 is an excellent. Yes? Okay, first, here the quality of objectives. Yes? Yeah. Here you should pay, are the learning objectives clear, specific, and measurable? And second one is engagement strategies. Give you 5 minutes to use your notebooks and find, discuss in the group, and choose one ready-made lesson plan for the group. Okay? Okay. Here is a list of websites. Okay. If you have finished, you have chosen the lesson plan. Next is evaluate according to the criteria which I have given you. Yes. Yes. You should pay attention to the every criteria here. Discuss in the group and evaluate this one. Okay. Then you should present as a group. You should present why you think that you have evaluated like this. Okay.
interaktif activity çok önemli. Sürekli benim nazarımda
Okay, you have 5 minutes. if you have not finished yet, okay, you may finish. Let me explain our process, next step. What you have evaluated in the group, you should present the summary of your evaluation. Okay, it is about 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes. Okay, just the summary of your evaluation, the strengths, weaknesses, and also areas for improvement. Okay, first, okay, for you, yeah. The summary of your evaluation, and you should somehow include in your poster the answer to these questions also. Okay, what are the strengths of this lesson plan? What improvements would you suggest? How well does this plan engage different types of learners? Okay? Designing the summary of your evaluation criteria, I will give you 6 minutes. Yeah, short summary of your evaluation. Okay, it's up to you how to design. Okay, mention that maybe you may write the strengths of the lesson plan, weak points, and the suggestions for improvement. Okay, according to your criteria.
Еще дизайн еще.
Strong points of this lesson plan, these weak points, these. The part and four that you have found is a strong side of this lesson. What you have mentioned, but 1, 2, weak point, yes. While answering these questions, you should answer this. Strong point here, and the weak points that you have found. Okay? And while designing your poster, you should take into consideration the criteria, also the quiz questions. Okay, because they are related to each other. But what improvements would you suggest? Not to forget to include suggestions for improvement. Okay? Time is up. Attention, students, please. Okay. Here is a sample feedback form that you should pay attention to your group mates presentation and this is a feedback form. You can look through here. Then you should give short feedback to the presentation. Okay? Okay. First, group number 1 should present your findings.
Okay. We mentioned firstly the objectivity. The first evaluation is clarity of objectives. So we gave 4 points. That's why the objectives are clear and understandable. They're given the 4 skills, the development their reading, writing, vocabulary, and grammar skills. So that we gave 4 points, but it is no well. So the next one, the
4 is a very good, yes?
Yes, very good.
Okay.
But not excellent.
Yeah.
So the next one, the engagement strategies. We also gave the 4 points. It is very good. That's why the lesson plan includes brainstorming activities and also the interactive activities. But some of them it is not suitable for this lesson plan, so that we gave 4.
Okay.
And the next one is instructional materials. The instructional materials we gave also 4 points. They are given the instructions and the materials well, and the materials listed are relevant and accessible. And plan encourages students to use various technologies, but some of them are not suitable, so that we gave 4.
Okay.
Next one, differentiation. I give this differentiation for 4 points. The teacher could consider providing additional support and the challenges during the presentation of the topic. So I gave 4 points. Next one, assessment. The plan mentions peer feedback as a formative assessment and evaluating students' written work and participation. So that I gave 4 points.
Okay.
Next one is instruction. The teacher gave clear instruction and then consider all aspects for instruction and the activities. So I gave 5 points.
Okay. Just you or in the group? Group. Yeah, group. Okay. We.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Okay, next one is time management. It's 3 points because
Why?
the plan doesn't specify time frames each activity.
Yeah.
Then it's important to allocate sufficient time for research, lesson development, practice, and then presentation. Okay, next feedback opportunity for 4 points because the plan includes peer feedback as a valuable component of the learning process. Next, reflection and improvement. It is 2 points because the plan doesn't explicitly address reflection or self-assessment by students.
Okay. Yeah. In general, lots of 4s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 in
Do you have 5?
all in all. 1 5.
1 5 and 1 2s.
1 choose and other one 3 and others 4.
Yeah.
Overall 4.
Overall 4.
In general, the lesson plan is good enough.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any feedback? Do you have any suggestions or feedback? Good points? No?
Design is interesting and good. They give the sequence of rating scale.
Yeah, rating scale which was given in the evaluation criteria. Yes. Yeah. They have followed the steps. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Good. Thank you.
So our ready-made lesson plan communicated yesterday. This lesson plan is made for grade 5, and when it comes to their ready-made lesson plans evaluation according to the criteria, the aim is clear for students, and also the teacher achieved all the aims that she prepared for the lesson, and we gave the clarity of objectives 4 points because we
Okay. Sorry for interrupting you. Can you explain what does mean? What is science mean? Directions?
yes, directions.
Okay. What does mean? What is in the center?
There is objective.
Objective. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yesterday, YH questions is the past sentence, and the second is speaking skills of learners. So we'll give 4 points for clarity of objectives because we think we should need just add 1 point to students to engage groups because activities related to peer activities and group work activities, so that we would give 4 points to clarity of the aim. So next one is engagement strategies. We think engagement strategies are very effective and teacher prepared for activities to the lesson. And the first one is leading activity for the warm up, and second one is the guest questions, and third one is the news day, and the fourth one is completion of the sentence. So
Sentence completion.
yes,
Okay.
sentence completion, and we will give 5 points to these activities.
Yeah. Interactive activities. Okay.
The next step of this assessment is instructional materials. There is given interactive games and activities to improve the speaking skill of pupils.
Okay.
And
They practice past simple.
yes,
Yeah,
past simple
okay.
with speaking.
Okay.
And each activity includes specific aim. In each activity, author or teacher gave specific aims in order to improve speaking skills or in order to revise the past simple, like this. And the interactive games was given in detail way.
Okay. In detail.
Yes, in detail. And there is given instructional. We gave for this assessment type 5. Excellent.
Do we have weak point for this lesson plan?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have.
Okay.
We have. We included feedback and self-reflection.
Because there is
No assessment
No assessment.
criteria in this lesson plan. We
Okay.
have not noticed any assessment criteria, and not self-reflection also.
Okay.
and motivation to students.
That's why we gave 2 and 1. Poor.
Okay. To these points, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions or feedback, suggestion, good points, weak points? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually, well, and they have designed somehow. Yes, unusual. Yeah, in the directions, which is Then it was clear for us what this means. Yes. Okay. Thanks for that. Group number 2. Yeah.
We evaluate the quality of objectives and the strengths, weak points, and also our suggest improvements. And in this, at first, we would like to say about strengths.
Okay, in general, what these pieces mean? Okay.
Okay, this one strengths, materials,
Okay.
clear objectives, and the instruction also. Objectives were given clear.
And what was the weak points?
Weak points are there is no feedback for student performance, and assessment criteria is not clear.
Yeah.
And time management, the time of activities were not
Is not
suitable.
well organized.
Yes, not well organized. Then here, engagement of pupils. During the lesson, role play activities, group work activity, and discussion and questions for each student. Such kind of activities are used.
Okay, thank you. We have one more group. Yes. Thank you. Group number 3.
This is our presentation. Well, we divided our criteria into 4, which means 5, the smiling emoji, and 4, 3, and 1. We didn't include the 2 because we didn't put the 2 points for the criteria. So this pieces means the criteria, like clarity of objectives, is excellent. That's why we put 5. And the 4, instructional materials and the instructional procedures, and 3, engagement strategies, differentiation and time management, and 1, assessment, feedback, and reflection. The reason why we put 1 for this one is that the plan didn't include assessment, feedback, and reflection in the plan.
Okay.
Also, in our presentation, we add some improvements and also suggestions. For example, in there you can see assessment, feedback, and reflection. It's we gave 1 full mark because in our plan we haven't noticed any assessment criteria, feedback for students, and reflection. So it's a suggestion for teacher.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Like, each of you write 1 takeaway from this lesson. Okay, and stay on the board. Okay. Just maybe 1 thing, 2 things. Okay? Yeah, you may stay on the board and you are free.
Feedback.
Yeah. The thing is not evaluating you, but it is the main thing is understanding the evaluation process. Okay? As I have mentioned, you all did a great job. Very good. And lesson is over. Thank you for your active participation. Okay?